All right, tonight we're going to be making beef stroganoff all in one pot. Super easy, and we're not going to be using any canned soup. We have 1.5 pounds of ground beef that's already been pre-cooked with a little bit of onion. We drained most of that off. We add in half a stick of butter, turn that up to high, and 1 largely diced onion. And we're just going to saute these until they're translucent. And we're going to add in 4 cups of beef broth. But I'm going to be using beef bouillon paste and 4 cups of water. And after you get those onions nice and sweet smelling, they start releasing all those sweet, good flavors. Really starting to smell good. Then you're going to add 4 cups of water. And just leave this on to a high temperature. And then we're going to add our seasonings so that we only have to wash our teaspoon once. I'm going to add in a teaspoon of pepper. I like more pepper, so I'm going to add in about 1.5 teaspoons. And we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of basil. Ooh, a little bit heaping because that stuff is good. And 1 teaspoon of garlic. If you have fresh garlic, you can definitely put that in with the onion. Instead of using granulated garlic, you could also use garlic powder. Totally fine too. Okay, then we're going to add in 4 teaspoons of bouillon. This is beef paste. Better than bouillon, roasted beef paste. I don't know how y'all get it out of the spoon, but I just use my finger. And yeah, I know I'll have to wash my finger, but... So 4 teaspoons of beef paste or beef bouillon, but that dry stuff that I've tried is horrible. All right, and then we're going to add in 3 to 4 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Maybe a little splash more. I'm just going to rinse off my spoon, just like that. And then, before that gets hot, not like I did, I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of flour. Mix this together. I'm going to need a whisk because I waited too long. If you like mushrooms, you can definitely put those in, but my husband does not like mushrooms. So we're using onions and green beans in place of the mushrooms. Just use one of these to get all that flour in there. Bring that up to a boil and let that cook for a few minutes. You want to keep that flour suspended while it's coming to a boil. Oh, it smells so good already. Okay, let's get our green beans ready. If you want to use mushrooms, please use mushrooms. I know, stroganoff just isn't stroganoff without the mushrooms. Add in 1 can of green beans. I do not recommend this. I got these at Smith's. They have stems in them, so you have to pick the stems out. It's practically not even suitable for the dog to eat. I will show you. I will pick all the stems out as we go. And I'll show you guys how many stems are actually in this. There's no such thing as quality control in America anymore. Alright, so we've turned this down to a simmer. Now we're going to add our green beans. We're going to do this slowly because we are our own quality control now. What has the world come to? Look at those stems. Just bring this over here. Yikes. There's one. And, oh, that's not one. Okay, there's one. This is practically unedible. Can't even make dog food out of this without worrying about him having to choke because my dog doesn't have teeth and I home make his food. Just make sure you get them all, because if you got kids that don't like green beans and this is the first green beans that they are introduced to, they won't eat green beans the rest of their life after they eat a stem. You can tell which ones are the stem because they have ridges down the side. They sure look like a green bean, but they are not a green bean. Well, they're part of a green bean. They're just not the part that we usually eat. Like, we feed that crap to the chickens. Now, let me show you. This is how many stems were in one single can of green beans from Smart Way. These are sold at Smith's, which is a Kroger company. So, be very careful. You think you're saving money by buying these, but you're actually getting ripped off by that amount of green beans. We're going to turn this down to a simmer, and it's perfectly there. Now we're going to add in 8 ounces of egg noodles. 8 ounces of egg noodles is half of one of the bags that I have, so I just find where the halfway mark is, and I pinch it like that, and then dump it in. There we go. Now I'll just use the bag sealer to store the other half. So stir these in, then we're going to put a lid on it, and we're going to continue to cook this on a low simmer for about 15 minutes. Put a lid on there. Timer's up. Make sure that lid's not too awfully hot. Lift that lid. Make sure you drip all that condensation back in there. Ooh. Okay, we're just going to give this a little bit of a stir. Now we're going to add cream cheese. And I like a whole brick of cream cheese in mine, but you can add half of one if you'd like. I like it creamy. And we're just going to carefully cut this into pieces and stir it in till it's going to start melting really quickly. I still have the heat on. Just on the low simmer, just where it was. Alright, now we're going to add in a 1/4 cup. We have this 1/4 cup out already for the flour. It's pretty easy to remember how much you need. Add that in. After you get the rest of that stirred in and heated thoroughly. We'll probably let that cook for another, I don't know, 5 minutes. There you go. Super simple one-pot stroganoff without canned soup. Just pretend these green beans are mushrooms. This recipe makes 4 of these adult-sized servings. See you guys next time.